now it's time to get serious.
Yeah, time to talk about a subject that is very serious. It's the most serious of subjects that you can talk about, and that is, of course, a person that is gone missing.
Yes.
That nobody knows where, except for somebody. Somebody knows something. Al, we've talked about it pretty much all morning.
Yeah. Somebody knows something, and if you know something, we're talking about the disappearance of Patrick McCarthy.
Yep.
He's been missing going on probably 2 weeks now. Yeah.
Wednesday it'll be 2 weeks, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
It's getting close to 2 weeks. And, we get his dad in the studio with us this morning. And I don't know if you got anything that you can share that the public doesn't know, Mike, about Patrick.
First, I want to welcome you here. Yes, this has got to be
Wolverine Radio.
A horrible time for you and your family. So, we extend our condolences for what you're going through. It's awful. I could never even imagine it. So, like Al was saying, let's talk about rumors. Something that people have talked about that they think they know, but they don't know.
Okay, one thing.
Can you get a little closer to the microphone?
Get closer to the microphone.
There you go.
First off, I'd like to say Patrick is about 5'6". He's 135 pounds. He has blue eyes, dirty blonde hair. He left the house with a black hoodie sweatshirt on, blue jeans, and tan work boots. And one thing I'd like to bring up to the public is I hear a lot of rumors going around about Patrick left with a bunch of tools to cut copper piping and break into homes. And I don't know where this rumor started, but I'd like to find out. But nobody will speak up about that. But I'd like to say that that's a bunch of baloney. Patrick left with one bag on the back of his back, which was a backpack. And from what I'm thinking, it's got to be some kind of clothes, because we have checked a lot of these houses, almost all of them, that are vacant, and so have the state police, and there's no copper piping cut or missed from any of these homes. So that's the one thing that I really want to squash, making him look out like he's out there to break in people's homes and stuff like that. Patrick just was troubled at the end of this time, and I don't know where he went. I have no clue, and I always know where that kid is, and I don't have no clue. And I'd like to ask the public, please, to help me find my son.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Al. You were going to say something?
No, it's like Michael said, and it's sometimes hard to talk about stuff like this without getting emotional. I mean, you get emotional because it's your kid, and in reality, all his friends, I'm sure, are saying he's my friend also. If he's your friend, if you know anything about this, if you know anything for a fact that he's breaking into houses, you got to come forward. You got to say which house and what time that you saw this happening. If you know that for a fact,
or if you know where he is,
no rumors. I mean, you can hear it on the street. Yeah, Patrick's probably breaking into houses. Not here, but what you witnessed, actually saw.
So one of the things that Michael, I want to ask you is, there's a lot of scuttlebutt being talked within the public and through social media that this case is not getting the type of attention from the public,
that should be
maybe through state police. Now, let me ask you, how has your communication been with the Connecticut State Police?
And there's 2 state cops that are really, really helping. I mean, they're all trying. They're baffled also. But we had a statistic thrown at us last week that in this state, I don't know how true it is, in this state that like 80% of these kind of cases, when they leave like this, no sign of them, anything, they do end up coming back home. But that still leaves 20%. And it doesn't seem that this kid he loved his son. He's got a 20-month-old baby. He did everything with this baby. Father that takes his baby for walks at night, I mean, he took him swimming. He took him everywhere. Played baseball with him outside. He loved this kid to death. I can't see him leaving here for 11 days and not contacting me, his girlfriend Ashley, his mother, even his brother. We're at wit's end here. We need people to help us. As far as the media and the state police, I imagine are doing the best they can. There's no detectives on this. I hear you can't put detectives on this case for 30 days. So what good is that doing us?
I think, and this is just my opinion, that a lot of people out there are comparing this, and not rightfully so, to the case in Sterling. TJ Allen.
I followed that case.
Totally different scenario.
Totally different.
But it was the most recent. So this is what people kind of equate things to, I believe. So I guess my question is do you, I mean, well, I'm gonna end it with a statement. When everybody thinks the state police is not doing their job, they're actually doing their job.
Right. I'm not going to bash the state police. They're doing what they can.
No. I was not asking you to do that.
No, I know that. I'm not saying that you were asking me that. I'm not going to. There's two of the officers, Spanger and Chappelle, I think I'm saying that right, that really been on the case. But then again, they work 5 days and they're off 3. And, you know, who's on the case then? Like last night I called him. I told him about Patrick having a bad tooth. He has a bad tooth, a bad molar that cracked on him about a week before he left. And he was having big trouble with that, tried to fill it from down the pharmacy. Well, that sort of let go on him. So he's got to be having trouble with that tooth. When I get home today, I'm going to be calling all the oral surgeons around Eastern Connecticut and find out, which they can't tell me anyway because of the HIPAA rules. So, and hopefully they can just say if he did come in the office or he didn't. We've checked everywhere. We've checked with everybody. I've checked with known people. At the end, the last 3 years, there's only been a little circle in our circle. My wife, myself, my son, his son Maddox, his girlfriend Ashley, and Patrick. No one else he was hanging around with. He stayed home. He didn't go out. The only time he went out was when the Jets weren't on TV. He'd go down to Uncle Cranky's and watch the game and go right home. So this is what it is. I don't know anybody that, and I've know a lot of his friends. I coached Little League for 25 years. I know a lot of people in this town. I lived here all my life. Mm-hmm. I'm baffled. I don't have a clue. But I'm just asking everyone, just keep your eyes open. There's pictures on them online, and there's pictures all over town. I mean, just keep your eyes open. If you see him, grab him.
So let's review once again what we know. Okay, he's been missing since 10 days now, 11 days.
18th.
The 18th he went missing.
Right.
Okay, he's 5'5".
He's about 5'5", 5'6", 135 pounds. Blue eyes, dirty blonde hair. He was last seen coming over the Jewett City bridges from Lisbon, coming into Jewett City.
That's the time?
That was around 5:45, 6 o'clock in the evening.
Okay, so it was dark.
It was just turning dark, whatever time that was. You could make him out. And that was the last time he was seen.
And how old is Patrick again?
32.
All right. Does he have a birthday or something like that coming up? Or
no, his birthday is December 5th.
In December. Okay.
He's very street smart. He knows the streets, so he could be anywhere. I mean, I just, in my heart of hearts and in my stomach, I think he's still alive, but maybe somebody's holding him against his will, or he's hiding out somewhere.
I was just going to ask you, do you think this is a case of that he's just hiding out, like just for a little bit, for maybe something to kind of settle down? Because he had a court date, is that correct?
Yeah, he had a court date on the Friday after Martin Luther King Day. He had a court date. Maybe that made him nervous. I don't know.
Well, I looked up the charges. I mean, they weren't looked to be anything crazy.
But
like
you know, Patrick's had trouble years and years ago with DWIs. Like all these kids, you know, they think they can drink and not get caught, and So, I mean, when a judge looks at a record like that, maybe he did. But, he was never scared to go to court. I don't see that in the mix.
Okay.
And I don't see him leaving that kid for 11 days. I just don't see
That's
it.
that's the big thing that gets you, isn't it?
It is.
Because I heard he was a very doting father.
Very, very on-hands father. I mean, changing baths, everything that you don't see a lot of guys do, he does. And like I said, I need help here.
So between 6:30 at night on the 18th was the last time that Patrick had been seen.
Right.
And he had a Jordan backpack.
He had a Jordan backpack. He had a black hoodie sweatshirt.
What color was the backpack? Was it white?
No, I don't think it's white. I think it's it's like a black, yeah. It's like black with that lime green. The kids are wearing those shirts.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay.
With the Nike insignia, which was lime green. I mean, it stands out. If you see a kid with a backpack like that, I mean, and he looks around 32, that's probably him.
Now, was it something normal that he would walk with? Would be the backpack?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, if they were taking a baby somewhere, they.
But he was by himself, correct?
He was by himself when he was seen coming over them bridges. He did. We did let them borrow my wife's cell phone because they had run out of minutes on theirs, and in case something happened to the baby at night and they needed to call 911, we let them have that phone. Right now, they're subpoenaing those records so that they can find out what the last calls were. Or maybe he called someone, he came over the bridges and had someone pick him up. I'm praying that that's what it is, and things will end there, but
Can't they ping that phone, though?
They did ping it, but my wife's phone, you could charge it up a half hour later, it's on half. An hour later, it's dead. Mm-hmm. It was one of them, one of them cheap phones.
Right.
So if there was any time at all on it, it'd be them last phone calls. It wouldn't be like down the road a month, because we didn't let them have the phone like that there. We kept it at our house. In case my wife broke down, she could call me and I could go and get her. But they didn't have a phone at that time. It's out of minutes, and we let him use that one. So he does have that. But you think that they would make a device that, even if a phone went dead, they could ping that thing.
Yeah. And now he was walking from Lisbon.
From Lisbon.
Where in Lisbon?
Right.
He left the house, right?
Right, Fall River Road. He lived in my dad's house, my parents' house. It's 2 houses after the Green Onion Pizza house. It's coming into Jewett City. It's a big, huge, light blue house. You can't miss it with a big oak tree in front of it. You can't miss it.
And okay,
so that's where he was heading?
That's where he lives. That's where he lives.
Gotcha.
His wife or his girlfriend saw him
going over the second bridge.
Did he say anything?
He got a 20-month-old baby. No,
he didn't say
nothing.
He just left?
He had said to Ashley, we had just brought the baby back. We usually take the baby when I get out of work at around 3:20. I take the baby over my house. We feed the baby to give him a break. We give the baby a bath, let him play in our house, and around 5:30, 6:30, depending how tired I am, we'll get him dressed, bring him back over there, and that's what we did. Put him in bed. He fell asleep on the way over there. My wife gave him to Ashley. Ashley put him in bed. Patrick was actually in bed that night. Put him in bed. We drove out of the driveway. I don't know, approximately 5-10 minutes later, he yelled to Ashley, "Ashley, the baby's up. I want to have a cigarette." She went in, laid down with the baby. The baby fell back asleep. Next thing you know, she's looking for Patrick, couldn't find him. She come outside or looked out the window. The window's on the north side. You can just see right up Route 12, the bridges, and seen him going over the second bridge.
She saw him going?
She's seen him walking over that second bridge. But, I mean, you got a 20-month-old laying there, and you just can't run out of the house and say, where the hell you going, and, leave the baby. You can't do that. She figured he was just going down to Cranky's maybe to have a beer, or who knows?
Did he appear upset with something, or just no?
She said no.
Just normal.
He
out
just
for a
got
walk.
up to have a cigarette, and she knew nothing about the backpack. He must have had that either hid, or he had it laying there's a little boot area.
So he left the house without the backpack. So
he left with the backpack, but he might have had that hidden on the side of the couch. Who knows? Could have had it hanging in the back. There's hangers in the back porch to go out the house. He could have had it just hanging there, snag and go.
Now, how soon after she saw him walking on the bridges towards New City, how soon did she let you know?
Here's the thing. With the baby and everything going on as far as their lives, we tried to help them out as much as possible. They're struggling.
Yeah.
They both didn't have jobs. So they
Young
were
couples, it's tough.
Right. They were struggling. So she didn't want to. I pick them up in the morning. They take my car in case they need the car during the day. They drop me off at work. So when I came in the house that morning to get Maddox and everything ready, help them out, we went out to the car. Nothing was said. Around 12 o'clock that afternoon, she called me up at work, and then she told me Patrick wasn't in the house. He had left that night before at 5 o'clock or 5:45, whatever it was, and that she was scared because he didn't come home, which she should have told me right away. But she didn't want me to have a heart attack. I've been putting in a lot of hours at work, plus coming to help them out. I'm 67, so she was worried about me just dropping dead. That's about what she said. So, and I understand. She didn't want to worry me because, you just can't leave work every day.
Now, any of her parents around, his girlfriend's parents?
Well, they come here, and her sister's been really good. Alicia has been really helpful to us.
Okay. They live locally?
They live up in Montville. Her mother, I don't know about her real father.
Okay.
She does have a couple of brothers, but...
Gotcha.
So, they come bring bread and stuff like that.
Is there anything else we need to know? I mean, that we should know that, for example, are there any more search crews going out looking for Patrick?
We've been searching, and we've had search crews all this past weekend. I mean, we went through all these woods. There's probably not all the woods. There's a lot of woods in eastern Connecticut, but woods that we thought he would be, that he's familiar with.
Behind the Green Onion?
Yeah,
right?
behind. Oh, yeah. We went, even that tent that's up there, if you get on the turnpike to go up to... you get on before Walmart, going up to like Job Lot. You look off to the right there. There's a tent down there.
Okay.
A blue tarp.
Never noticed it.
Me and this kid Jonathan, we searched a 2 mile square, in and out, going in a V shape, like to make sure we covered every inch. And to tell you the truth, like I said, he hates the cold. He's got long johns on in the fall. If he's out in the cold, I don't want to think the worst, but I don't think he is. I think he called someone, somebody picked him up, and he's at someone's house. Somebody is watching over him, or that's my true feeling. I can't think any other way right now. But it's 11 days. It's getting real serious here.
Here's the hard question, though, Michael, and I'm sorry for asking this, but after 11 days, and if he's being harbored by somebody, why would not Patrick reach out?
I know.
Why would he not reach out to somebody?
I don't know if he's
I
been
apologize, like I said in advance for that question, but...
That's fine.
Well, you don't know his state of mind also.
Exactly. You don't know his state of mind, what he was thinking. He was really... to the point he was at his wit ends with no money, feeling like a loser father type deal with no job, it just, I don't know. I really don't.
It's just a tough time for the kid.
It's a tough time for the kid. But, for him to walk away like this and not come back, it's really out of the ordinary.
So it's not his character whatsoever, just a split.
No. And, like I said, as father and mother, we don't want to think of the worst. Hey, somebody could have jumped him. Somebody could have. Somebody could have him held against his will in a house. You're right.
And pray that's not the case.
And I'm not going to think like that. I'm going to think as positive as I can. But, we have a 20-month-old we got to worry about too, as Ashley and us as a family. So we're doing the best we can. But if the public could just keep your eyes open for him, there's pictures all around. There's pictures posted on.
I've seen him everywhere.
Yeah.
And, so if you know of anything out, please, no rumors. I'm sure Michael and the family and all the friends have searched out all the rumors that are out there. But if you don't know something for a fact, don't be spreading rumors,
That's the absolute worst thing you can do for a family is to start spreading false information because you think you might know because maybe you want your 15 seconds of fame. Don't be an idiot. Mm-hmm. Don't say stupid things that are not true. Like, social media. It's 9:56. Oh, guess what? I own the place. We can go as long as we want.
But this is very important.
I know, but what I was saying is that social media is very, very powerful when used correctly. If you go out there, like, for example, I'm going to go back to the TJ Allen stuff. There were a lot of dumb people, and I'm sorry, but you were stupid for some of the stuff that you were saying out there. Did nothing but hinder any kind of progress to find him. The state police said, get out of the way. We went in there and boom, the case was closed.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen anything on social media of anybody being stupid, when it comes to this case here. But don't start either.
Yeah.
Because you can hurt things,
and
you can hurt a family in the progress.
Right. You don't realize that you're hurting the family, but you are by spreading rumors. And I'm sure, like Patrick, Mike, and his wife Donna, I'm sure the whole family and all the friends are hoping that Patrick's not missing. He's just lost at this point. He's out there. Hopefully he's listening, and, his baby wants him back home. His girlfriend wants him back home. His dad and mom want him back home, and that's for damn sure. So if you got any information, concrete information, you actually saw Patrick, when, where, and how you saw him.
And there's a Facebook group called Searching for Patrick McCarthy as well. And right now there's a list of places that have been searched. So, Michael, we thank you for coming on this morning, especially in this time for your family. It's again,
it's not
very
easy.
difficult.
And I wouldn't want to be going through it. I know that. And
it's fun.
Patrick,
if there's any other information, let us know. We'll get it out there the best we can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
And we ask people to call us too at the radio station, or if you go on Facebook, if it's a concrete thing, say this is concrete. I actually saw.
If it's concrete, call the state police.
Yeah, and then but if you want to remain anonymous, I'm sure you can remain anonymous, but just say you got this information about Patrick.
Right.
They don't even have to say their name. Just if they've seen them,
right.
They're nervous about saying their name. Just
don't say your name, when, where.
Well, they
how.
do have an anonymous tip line.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we just need something. Just give us something to go on. But nobody really knows anything.
Right.
Nothing.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. Hopefully we don't have you on again.
Hopefully.
Well, hopefully we do with Patrick.
And I like to thank
Patrick.
Pam. She's been very helpful to my family.
Pamelano.
Yeah.
I've been calling her Pamela. Pam Patalano.
Yeah.
You can just call her Pamelano.
All right.
So.
Well, best of luck to you. Our hopes and prayers are with you and your family.
Nice meeting you.
Great. Nice meeting you, too. All right, that was Michael McCarthy, the father of Patrick McCarthy, who's been missing for almost 2 weeks, since the 18th of this month. And that's going to wrap things up for us today here on the Wolverine Wake Up. Sometimes you got to deal with the serious subjects because that's life and that's what happens. And, hopefully Patrick will come home safe and sound and soon. See you tomorrow, everyone. Thanks.